let me know. Welcome once again to everybody to our team call this morning, our mastermind call. We have today Michael Huggins. He is going to be our trainer. And talk about an opportunity. Here is a guy that has embraced Renatus. It has changed his life. It has changed things from, I mean, talk about a guy going from rags to riches. Here's a guy that would show up at our meetings, our first meetings that he'd come to, and he'd show up in clothes that he'd been working in all day. He smelled of automotive oil. He had grease stains on his clothes, and you know, he was looking for a direction. He was looking for a way to improve things, and he knew that life had to be better than living in a girlfriend's mother's basement with sheets for walls. And he embraced this. He put it to use. He stayed up late to watch the lessons. He listened on breaks. He talked to people, and the people responded, and they're responding still. Last year, he was awarded, and because of his efforts, he was the #1 salesman. That sounds wrong. Earnings, the #1 earner, that's the right word, for all of Renatus. And you know, he's had a lot of experiences, and he's here to share those experiences with us and the lessons that he's learned so that we can follow him and be successful too. Good morning, Michael. How are you?
Good morning.
You.
Love and life. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ron. Thanks for setting this up. Good morning, Renatus Nation. Welcome, everybody. Make sure to get your IMAs and your friends and guests, and then get people on the call today. Let's do right by our community. Let's not leave anyone behind. Remember our initiative, no IMAs left behind. So let's get them on here. Good morning, everyone. In case you haven't been looking at the calendar, we have 5 more days. 5 días más. 5 more days for us to enter orders. By the way, there's only 5 more days to enter orders. Hey, did I mention that to enter orders, we only have 5 more days? That's it. That's it, guys. 5 more days to enter the orders. So let's get it going. Let's stay focused on what we're doing. We're out here serving the community. The only way to make money is to serve. So obviously, your paycheck is a reflection of how much service you're creating in the economy. If you are not getting the paychecks you want, it's probably because you're not creating the service that is valuable. There's no other way to say it. So when we're looking at your income, as far as your marketing income, obviously if you're getting real estate income and other things, then yeah, that's the value you're creating there. But with marketing, with increasing the community, bringing in resources, helping people, rescue them from oblivion, if you're not making much money, it's because you're not adding enough value. Now, what is one of the most valuable things in our economy? If you've not noticed lately, let me point it out. Coaching. Coaching is huge, right? How many ads have you put up with around coaching this? Learn how to coach. Coach me. Let me coach you. Coaching, coaching, coaching. Excuse me. See all that? Sorry. All this coaching's got me sneezing. So, coaching. Well, what is coaching? Well, let's talk about this real quick, because sometimes people need to be mentored, sometimes people need to be trained, and sometimes people need to be coached. So I'm going to switch here, and let's get to 100 participants this morning, guys. Get your IMAs on here. 5 more days, 5 more days. Guys, there's 5 more days. All right. I want to share. I want to share. There we go. Bing. Okay, let's do right by our communities and let's get them on the calls. Okay, good morning. If you're just jumping in, we've been recapping that today marks the 5-day countdown. Got today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday by 5 o'clock. I bet I could get some of the guys at corporate to stay a little late on Friday, maybe 6, 7 o'clock to get some orders in. You know, if one of your clients gets off work at 7 o'clock and you got to hurry and get that order in by 8 o'clock, we could probably get some signatures verified. But Friday's our countdown. That's it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at what? Say 8 p.m. If you get orders going in after that, give me a call. We'll see what I could do. But we want to get these to count for you. Okay, we're ticking away. Tick tock, tick tock. Now, the reason I bring this up is because I like a little bit of pressure. And maybe you guys don't know that you like pressure, but guess what? No pressure, no diamonds. You know, that's how diamonds are created, right? With the maximum amount of pressure. So sometimes if your friends, your family, your clients, your coworkers are like, man, there's a lot of pressure to sign up this week. So yeah, no pressure, no diamonds. I'm trying to help you turn into a diamond, you big lump of coal. No, I'm just kidding. You don't need to say that. But that's part of the process is people are not really ready to take back their existence, and or they definitely are, but they're afraid of what it means. So there's a lot of need for coaching going on in the world, but there's a major difference between training, mentoring, and coaching. Training, mentoring, and coaching. Now let's talk about the difference, because if you guys don't understand the difference, then maybe that's why you're not talking to as many people. Training. Training is like it's like working out of a manual. It's following scripts. There's blueprints. So you came to Renatus for some training. We have training. We got training on, we got the blueprints. We got the things for you to follow. You got the manuals, training. It's it's books, it's videos. Okay. Workbooks and videos. Training is it's literally just reading, listening. That's training. Okay. Now mentoring, so these are the methods. Let me make one thing clear here. These are the methods for transferring information. Info transfer. How are we going to transfer it? We're going to transfer the info to their brain via training, mentoring, or coaching. Well, obviously, there's no way you're going to be a real estate investor trainer, because we have that. We have that taken care of, right? We got our practitioner instructors, instructor, trainer. Instructors is a blend of all of them, but training specifically is the blueprints. It's just this. It's the information that they're going to get in classes. But training doesn't help close as many sales. Now mentoring does help. Mentoring is transferring information via personal experience. So when we listen to Jim Rohn, and we listen to Bob Snyder, and we listen to Les Brown, and we listen to the instructors, part of what they're doing is they're sharing personal experiences. Okay, they have their own proof. They have their own results. Okay, it's their experience, it's their proof, it's their results that they're putting into lessons, that they're putting into information and transferring it to you, the listener, through that method. If someone hasn't gone through it personally, then they're not mentoring, they're just training. And training is not as valuable as mentoring. That's why Bob Snyder created this earnings plan so that people can transfer their personal experience, like what I'm doing right now. I train you, I mentor you, and some of you I coach you also. So we're transferring personal experience. Now, some of you don't have enough personal experience to be able to transfer it to your prospects. So mentoring does require time, expertise. It requires time. It requires you having to go through it. So not all of you are going to be mentoring. Now, some of you have incredible results and you're keeping it a secret, and I want to slap you in the face because you're not telling enough people and you're being secretive and selfish about it. Come on, man. Come on, lady. Come on, guys and gals. You have incredible results. You have extraordinary proof and personal experience. You need to go tell more people. There's no doubt about it. Now, coaching does not require experience. Coaching is transferring information via questions. Now, let me put here in parentheses, intelligently designed. They have to be intelligently designed questions. Not just, do you need money? Do you have a credit card? Right? It's got to be more intelligently designed questions. That's why we ask, hey, if we could introduce you to a community that could help you with the resources, information, and confidence to build a successful business, would you like to meet them? That's an intelligently designed question. But what's really cool also about coaching is it doesn't require experience. No experience necessary or required. Okay, this is what's great about coaching is you can coach people all the way through a sale. You can coach people all the way through their whole life-changing experience. We want to coach people by using questions to get them to buy, and not just buy from Renatus, but buy into changing their life. We have enough information and personal experiences to conclude that people can change their life. Now we're going to help them change their life through coaching and asking important and intelligently designed questions. Coaching has so much value, and people realize this, one, because there's no experience required, but also this is where we get maximum results. Doesn't matter what we're coaching people in. We want to coach them in cooking or cleaning or sewing or typing or math or sports or business. It doesn't matter what it is. If we're coming from the coaching experience and the coaching method, it's going to work. We got proof and proof and proof for decades of proof have the difference between coaching, mentoring, and training. I'll give you a quick example. They did an experiment with some instructors who were ski instructors. Okay. And then they put them in front of tennis students. They did not tell the tennis students that these people were ski instructors. They told the tennis students that they were just your instructors for the day. Okay? Now, these ski instructors don't know much about tennis, but they were trained in coaching. They were trained in asking intelligently designed questions. So when the tennis students are working on their, their serve or their backhand, whatever they're working on, if it wasn't going exactly as planned, all the ski instructor had to do was ask questions to the student. Well, and it wasn't even like, think about these kinds of questions. They would ask questions like this. What do you think happened here? Okay, you miss the ball, you serve it, and it goes out of bounds. Okay, well, what do you think happened here? And then the student would have to, in case you didn't know, our brains are geared towards answering questions. That's all our brains do. So they're constantly answering questions. So when the question is, well, what do you think happened here? Does asking a question like this require any sort of tennis experience? Does it require at all? No, it doesn't. If you know about asking questions, how important it is to ask questions, then it doesn't matter your experience. You're not mentoring. These ski instructors aren't trying to mentor the tennis students, right? The tennis students have way more personal experience and proof and results than the ski instructors. So it's not like they can ask questions based off of mentoring or even training. The ski instructors don't have the training behind it either, but they know how to ask questions. Now, these students, again, they didn't know that they were ski instructors. And so after a couple hours of asking intelligently designed questions, the students' results went up. It started getting better and better and better. So the students started creating their own strategies. The students started having their own aha moments, and it became more proof that coaching people works. It absolutely works. So here you are, you're going to help people get into real estate investing. Now, some of you don't have any experience, and so maybe that's why you're shaking in your boots, because you're like, oh, how could I mentor someone? I've never done this before. Well, let's get something straight. The instructors are in charge of training, and they're in charge of mentoring. They were not as instructors that Bob Snyder found. They're in charge of the training and mentoring for real estate investing. You are in charge of coaching through sales and service. People will pay a lot of money for coaching. They'll pay buku bucks for coaching, tons of money for coaching. And they don't have a business to back it up once they're getting coached, right? If you just spend a little bit of time on Facebook, you're going to get ads hitting you up about you need to get some coaching. But what's crazy is that person could have made that ad last week, signed up for a coaching program, learned about how to ask questions to coach, and now they're going to charge $200 an hour to coach you because they've learned how to ask questions, learned how to listen. So coaching we get paid $10,000 an hour. Not only do we get paid the money to coach, but we get to help someone see a better version of themselves, right? We get paid the money. Yes, that is incredible. But coaching also allows us to help people get out of their own way. If they get out of their own way, they're going to get their time back with their family. If we help them get out of their own way, they're going to get a lot more confidence and change their self-image. So it's more than just let's get the money. Money's important, especially if you don't have any. But coaching also allows us to create communities. Community creation, not just sales, but community creation, where there's more and more people to lean on each other, support each other, watch the results come in, and celebrate their success. So we need to be coaching our people through the sales process and asking the important questions. Now, it's not like I have 5 magical questions for you necessarily. I mean, Scott's given you plenty of scripts. We can go over some questions. You know, we talked about at the end of the process, after they watched a few videos, you know, we say, hey, would you like to get the Extreme Plus combo like me? All right, how are you paying for it? You know, those kind of questions, those are towards the end, but we're also trying to get people to take a look. So what kind of questions can we ask to take a look? I'm going to encourage you to create all of your questions based around 2019. What people are doing with their New Year's resolution, New Year's resolution. What does resolution mean? Will someone open up their dictionary app and then copy and paste the definition into the chat box? What does resolution mean? Right? Here we are with hundreds of associates, friends, colleagues, acquaintances, people we know. We know hundreds. Some of you know thousands. Guess what? Most of them are going to make a New Year's resolution. So when you're calling and you're inviting and you're helping to explore, to train, why don't we start with some of the questions? What's your New Year's resolution when it comes to money and time? Right? When it comes to money and time for 2019, what is your New Year's resolution? A firm decision to do or not to do something. A firm decision. Firm decision. Thanks, Kevin, Amanda, and Simone for looking that up. A firm decision to do or not do something. Okay, so do you understand that your family, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors are all going to create New Year's resolutions? And do you also understand that it's going to be around time and money? And ultimately, so that they can spend more time with their family. That's what it comes down to. Okay, so instead of saying, hey, come and check this out, come and do this, come and do that, and that's all in the training, that's all training language. When you say, come here, do this, watch that, listen to this, read this, that's training. But with coaching, you're going to say, what's your New Year's resolution when it comes to time? What's your New Year's resolution when it comes to money? What's your New Year's resolution when it comes to family? Okay. So we're going to say, what is your resolution? What is the resolution? Okay. Then we're going to say, what's your plan? What's the plan? How are you going to do that? What do you need? What do you need? Who do you need to know? Right, so what is it? What are you going to do about it? Who's going to help you? What else do you need to in order to make it work? Then you can ask questions like, this is where coaching gets into it. What would it feel like? What would it feel like to have 2019 go your way? What would it feel like to have 2019 go your way? And what does that look like? If everything goes your way, how would you feel? If everything goes according to plan, how would your spouse feel? How would your children and your parents feel? So when we start asking these questions and we start moving them towards an understanding that we can help them, remember, sales is service. Without a sale, there is no service. So we need to be asking some more intelligently designed questions. Some people are like, well, I don't know if I need this quite yet. Well, do you use a bank? Do you make money? Okay, then you need it, because what we do is we help people with banks and the IRS right out the gate, and then we build our empire. So of course you need it. But you got to ask those questions. Do you, I like this, thinking back to when Jim Rohn is sharing his story, and he says, the last 6 years don't have to be like the next 6 years. If you don't like it, you could change it. So you could ask questions like, do you like how the last 3 years went as far as your savings account goes, as far as building up your 401k or putting money away for the future? Do you like how the last 3 years went? Right? Do you like how, or variations of these questions? I'm just giving you ideas. You're going to make them your own. But do you like how much money you saved in the last 3 years? I'm not asking you how much you saved. I'm asking, do you like it? You see the difference? Not how much money did you save. Do you like how much money you saved? Did you know that the next 3 years don't have to be like the last 3 years? We can take on some new things, take on a new idea, take on a new approach. Do you like how much money you saved? No, let's make a change. How do you think we should make a change? What if we got some mentors and some trainers who had personal experience and blueprints for us to follow? What if questions? What if we just signed you up right now and we got to work and we didn't listen to our fear? Right? What if we didn't listen to our fear? I'm asking you, everyone here on the line, what if you didn't listen to your fear? How many people would you call this week? What if we didn't listen to our fear? What a life. Okay, a resolution, the quality of being determined or resolute, the action of solving a problem, dispute, or contentious matter. A resolution. There's some contention between the IRS, the banks, and your friend. Let's solve it. Let's create a resolution. Let's stand firm with the decision that you're going to serve more people. Sales equals service. We already know this. And so if we're going to serve people, that's how we earn money. Right? You could go earn money as a construction worker and stand in the street and hold a sign. And every 5 minutes, you turn it from slow to stop to slow to stop. And that's a service. That's a service you're providing. And you could go and do that, and they'll pay you that service. And that's what it's worth. Right? Too many people are getting wrapped up in how they earn their money. It doesn't matter how you earn it. Right? Some people beg for it. Some people turn a sign. Some people, sit in an office and sell their time and punch a keyboard. Some people get on the phone. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Whatever the service you're providing. But if you don't like the paycheck from the service you're providing, then why don't you provide this service of getting people into a real estate training program that's going to change their life? That's an incredible service. It's so valuable. The service is so valuable that you earn $10,000 for it. What do you earn for turning a sign? What do you earn for reading a spreadsheet? What do you earn for flipping a burger or changing oil or cleaning out a vent or doing someone's taxes or selling a house? right? You guys realize you get more for selling an education than some realtors get for selling a house. This is incredible stuff. So then you start asking your friends more questions. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Guess what, guys? There's no such thing as failure. So really what we're saying is, what do you want to do with your life? Because there's no such thing as failure. Failure is it's a preconceived notion that it's a label instead of like fail is really a step. It's just a step. So don't get too wrapped up in that word. But while we're using that question, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? So let me ask you this. Would you call 100 people this week? Would you clear your schedule? How important is it to you? You made 2018 resolutions. Should I remind you? Should I remind you about your 2018 resolutions? What did you create resolve for? Huh? Some of you said you were going to be 5-star. Some of you said you were going to hit 10,000, 100,000, 500,000. You created those resolutions. Now look at your calendar. Open up your calendar. Look at your calendar for the week. Is what you put on this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're pushing it on the 15th. Is what you put on your calendar this week, this week's activities, is it going to actually create the results for your 2018 resolutions? Is it? Is it really? Really? If not, you should clear your schedule. It's a bunch of BS. You told people you were going to do something. You told yourself, your people, that you were going to create this resolution. Whether it was more time with your family, putting money in a savings account, paying off a debt, you created a resolution. Now, Renatus has an opportunity for you. You got one more week to at least get the orders in. We get the order in, then we can have them pay for it later. Get the order in. Create some resolution. If this week's activities are not lining up with the resolutions you created, clear your damn schedule. Who are you fooling yourself? Putting these goofy things on your schedule, pretending like your resolutions from the beginning of the year don't matter. Not cool. People are relying on you, right? You got kids, you got neighbors, you got spouses looking up to you. You got people across the country that are cheering for you, and don't disappoint them. Look at your schedule. I know this is weird. I know there's some pressure now. You're like, what the hell, Michael? I got my 40-hour week job on my schedule. Well, stop it. Take a week off and do the things you said you were going to do. Your job doesn't care. They don't care about you. They barely care about you. Okay? Some of you have a fantastic job. 5% of you, okay, cool. But the rest of you, 95, come on, look at your schedule. What did you put on your calendar? Okay, if you put watch classes, turn that up. No, erase that. Make phone calls. What did you put on this week's schedule? And if you look, the next 3 weeks, this is your time to shine. Now, if people know that you're creating your 2018 resolution, why when people call and ask you why, or when you're calling them, some people will say, well, why are you calling me? What's with this? What are you doing? You say, dude, I'm sticking to my 2018 resolution, which was to help 10 people get out of debt and create a plan for them to take back their existence. My resolution was to serve my community. My resolution was to help people pay off debt. So I'm calling you and I'm going to make you do it. Depends on your friend, right? But this is where you got to realize in two ways. One, you have your resolutions from 2018. You're making yours for 2019. But then also your friends and family have their 2019, and this is a principle that you should be using on yourself and on your prospects and clients. Now remember, to make your life easier when it comes to entering in orders, use an incognito tab and use your external link. Okay, so here I am logged in. I'm gonna go to my account info. I'm gonna scroll on down, scrolling, scroll on down. You're gonna come to education order link. I'm gonna copy this link. Copy. Then you're going to open an incognito window, or if you're in Safari, it'll say private window. You're gonna paste, boom. Then you'll see this page was brought to you by Michael. And now guess what? You could do this with anyone's guest. If a guest is registered, right? Let's say Charlene sends a guest to my office this week, and he's busy with 2 other guests that he has, and his guest comes up to me and starts asking some questions, and I go, you know what, Mr. Guest, I like you. You're asking some good questions. We're going to sign you up right now. And he's like, oh, well, I don't have the money. That's okay. That's step 2. Step 1 is get your account set up. So I don't need to go to Charlene and say, hey, this guy wants to sign up, stop your conversation, and or tell a guy, hey, get in line, Charlene's busy. No. I'll just open up my business center. I'll copy my link, paste it incognito. I'll hand him my phone or my iPad or my laptop and say, here you go, buddy, fill this out. Congrats, man. Let's get your account set up. Even though it says this page is brought to you by Michael, it doesn't mean I'm getting the sale. All it means is I am facilitating the sale. Every single one of us can help our teams better make these sales by using these links. So then they'll put their order in, and then it'll show up in Charlene's business center. It'll say this is the customer. It was sold by Michael, but it'll be in Charlene's business center. Charlene gets all the credit because Charlene registered them. That's how it's going to work. So while you're at your meetings, especially those of you who your guest didn't show up and you have no one to talk to, go talk to guests and go help close your people. Some of your team members are terrified to talk to their own guests. Go help them. Go help them. Go get a sale in for them. Remember, anything you do for someone, you do for yourself. Remember that? So go help your team members. Get some sales in. And if it's not your guest, you could put even more pressure on them. Right? It's a beautiful thing, guys. Guys and gals. So what is your resolution? What did you decide you were going to do in 2018? And let's stay focused on that. It's not too late. Clear your schedule. If you got different things that aren't helping you hit your resolution, you got to cancel them. Say, oh, you know what? I double booked myself. I was gonna go on a date with you, sweetie pie, but I have a 2018 resolution I'm behind on. I've double booked myself. I shouldn't have booked this date. I got work to do. Right? Some of you got different sporting events and different things. Okay, if you can combine it with business, great. If not, you better stick to your 2018 resolution. Do your best work. So in thinking about this and putting our sales in, remember step 1 is put in the sale. So some people are like, I don't have any money. So I don't care. I know you don't have any money. That's why you're here. Step 1 is set up your Renatus account. Step 2 is find the funding. And then step 3 will be Unlock Education. Okay, too many guests and IMAs. I'm glad you guys are here on the line, but some of you need to be sharing this with your team. Too many people have step 1 and step 2 backwards. They go, oh, we got to find the funding before we can set up an account. No. Says who? Let's set up your account tonight. You want to take back your existence? You want to be a part of this winning team? You want to win and win in a big way? Great. We'll set up your account tonight. It takes 5 minutes. And after that, we say, you know what? Let's put you in to get funded online and see what happens. Oh, you got a 401k? You got life insurance? Okay, great. Oh, you can afford $500 a month? Perfect. Let's just do this then. And then we'll unlock your education. So make sure you're putting things in the proper order for people, setting the right expectations, letting your team, letting your guests know, hey, step 1 is set up your account. Even if it's their first night. That's what we do in Denver. First night. If you like what this is, set up your account. Come back tomorrow, we'll find the funding. Come back on Saturday, or let's do a one-on-one, we'll find the funding. But if you like this stuff, then by all means, set up the account. Takes 5 minutes. Please use your external link. It'll save you so much time. Using that external link will also allow them to set up their password. They don't have to go into their email to do anything. It's all right there, set up, bing, bang, boom. So this is it. Some of you got to have a serious talk with yourself. 2018, how am I doing? And you got to make a plan. Call your friends. Call your prospects. I know I got a huge list of people I'm going to go drop these questions on. Hey, what's your 2019 resolution? What are you going to create in 2019 that you didn't do in 2018? And then I'm going to show them how I can help them. Even if their goal is like, oh, I want to paint a mural on my building. Okay, I can help you with that. Some of them are like, oh, I want to go travel. Okay, I can help you with that. Oh, I want to get this new widget or invention I created. Great. Some of you are like, oh, I want to quit my job. Good. Some of you, that was your 2018 resolution. Make enough money to quit your job. Well, the only way to make money in this business is by talking to people. So instead of trying to talk to them through this training or mentoring brain or approach, use your coaching brain, use the coaching approach, and ask more questions. You can even ask questions like, well, what if I introduce you to someone who is kind of like you, and you can ask them a bunch of questions about how they took back their existence and created their life. What if I introduced you to someone who had your old job and is now thriving in our organization, and I give you time to ask them questions about how they changed their life? Would you like to get on the phone with them? You got to keep using more questions. Speaking of questions, let's open it up for questions. Go ahead and come off mute, or you can type in your question. We got 5 minutes before we got to hop on the PAT call. So use your app to come off mute, or if you've dialed in, unmute. Let's have a chat. I want to answer your questions.
Good morning, Michael. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
It's Lenny. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, what's your question?
So my question is, I have a prospect that I met late Saturday in the wee hours of Sunday at Walmart, and she's had some pretty great success at careers as a second job. And I just saw her again last night when I went there, and she just said, I really need to get started with real estate. So how do I get started with your organization? I looked it up. And can you talk to my husband today? Today's his only day. She goes, but I'm doing this no matter what. And I said, well, just so you know, the package, the lifetime education is for 2 people. And she got even more excited. So should I, whether you or anyone else is or isn't available, Do I just follow the steps that you just presented, like give her a call and sign her up? How you just showed me? Okay, and then she's coming tomorrow to the West Valley meeting. I have to pick her up because they have one car, but she's excited just to go. And I wanted to be a part of the mastermind, but do you recommend, since I'm bringing a guest, that I stay in the intro with her? Or should I introduce her to my people, leave her in the intro, then go over to my mastermind for tax and legal? Which is appropriate?
Well, it depends. It depends on the person.
Right.
But generally, I would say you stick with your customer.
Got it.
And that way, you know, right when the meeting is over, you're there. You're not trying to scramble, pushing through a crowd to try to find them.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'll talk to the team then, and maybe I can get a recording of what they do in the mastermind.
Yeah, so the other thing
Cool.
is when you're using that external link, don't send it to them.
Okay.
Okay, pull it up on your own laptop, and over the phone, just start filling out the fields.
Okay.
And remember, if they don't have the money right there, we just put in cashier's check.
Got it.
Then once they have the money, we'll go back into our account. We'll edit it from cashier's check to credit card, and then we'll enter the funds.
Got it. Thank you. I have a little bit of a connectivity issue till I get the Wi-Fi guy out here at the newer house, so I'm running off my phones. Is that external link within my iOS that you're referencing? Because my computer cut out.
No, you go to your business center.
Okay.
Renatus Business Center. My account.
Mm-hmm.
Account info.
Okay.
Scroll to the bottom. Education link.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
And we'll copy, we'll paste. And it's just like buying anything else online, right? It's who are you? What are you buying? How are you paying for it? It's 3 steps. Who are you? So you fill out your customer's info. What are they buying? They're buying an Extreme Plus combo. They're buying an Essentials. They're buying whatever. They should buy a combo. And then how are you paying for it? Well, if they don't have the money in this moment, then you put cashier's check. Then you put check number 001.
Thank you.
Okay, you got it. Okay, Ravi, what's up? You got a question? Oh, he typed it in. Let's see. My phone froze. Please tell me this will be uploaded soon. I have 3 sales that are trying to find funding. Yep, Ron's going to upload this soon. You got this. Okay, what do you say to someone who bought the education and now they want a refund after 6 days and not watch any classes? Stop trying to sell her. She says she wants to leave. She says I want her to leave 2,000 on 22 card, and that's not good advice. Duh! What we wanted her to do is go to get funded online and get 0% cards. So, okay, so that's it. So, you gotta do some coaching, Michael. You gotta ask her some questions about like, what do you think I'm really trying to do? What do you think this is really about? What are you fearing? What is controlling you? What is your 2019 resolution? And then you can also say, well, what is it? What you could ask her, do you know what cognitive dissonance is? What is it when you're told new and accurate, helpful information and you ignore it? What do you want me to do about that? What do you want me to do when you don't listen well? I've already created a plan. Your fears are blocking your listening. Now, what do you want me to do about it? You want me to just let you go into oblivion? You want me to just leave you to the wolves? You want me to just let you keep struggling? Is that what you want me to do? Ask more questions.
Hey, Michael, I have a question.
Okay, what's up?
Hey, so I have a prospect that signed up for their account, and when I asked them, hey, let's get you all started and plugged in and ready to go, she's like, well, I need to make sure that I sign up first before I sign up my account.
Say that again.
So they want to bring somebody in
Okay.
before they sign up their account.
Then you need to say, well, how in good conscience can you sell something you don't own?
Okay, and then their other obstacle, their other question was, I need to make sure that I can get what they invested in the next 2 months. I said, well, then we need to get you started, right? And that they're able to pay off what they're investing, even the essentials, in the next 2 months.
I heard you, buddy.
So that was a little confusing of what they wanted to do.
Yeah, you could say, well, see, sometimes it depends on the prospect, but you can be like, look, I know you have your ideas and your plans, but I've been doing this for a year now. I know what works for people, and I want to help you make money. I don't want you to waste any time. So let's do it this way.
Okay.
Yeah, your goal is to help them save time and make money. And they have a plan that's going to take time and waste money.
Correct. Okay.
So tell them.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it could really be like, I don't know anyone who's come in and sold and recruited and made a bunch of money without first putting their money where their mouth is. And of course, in good conscience, you got to be able to say this is fantastic and give your own personal experience with it. And how can you do that if you don't own it? And how can you expect other people to buy from you if you're not going to buy? It doesn't make any sense. 4 sales, you made your money back. Let's get it going. Let's make it happen this month. So encourage them that way.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, you bet. And there was one more. Jared, I have 3 guests who want to sign up, but they all want to wait till after the holidays. What do you say to that? I say, well, if you want to create a better plan, better resolution, let's start taking some training now. How are you going to make your 2019 plan off of old information? No, let's do new information. And then also reminding them that if they use 0% interest credit cards, like they use Get Funded Online, or they use their 401k, or they use something like that, it's not going to cut into their cash flow. Right? A lot of people are like, well, what about my holiday money? I need to buy gifts. Well, yeah, if you put your education on a 0% card, it's not using any of your cash flow. So no need to delay. Let's make a plan and see what you can do to incentivize them. Say, hey, if you buy now, I'll give you $1,000 cash back for your 2018 bonus, and you can use that $1,000 to go spread some holiday cheer. I don't care what you do. And yes, there are tax benefits. You're in tax benefits. It's happening. Okay, Mike asked all those questions. Her only response is, please stop, Mike. Then, okay. Fourth core belief, hey, it's your loss if you say no. That's it. Right? At the end of the day, you can't fix stupid. If you've created a clear vision of how they can win, one of those things. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. I got to hop on my call. I'll talk to you guys soon. Stay focused. 2018 resolutions are yours. 2019, help your friends, family, clients create those. It's up to you. Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.